What's up guys, this video is brought to you by Tokyo Marine, and today we will go through two more common myths about fire insurance and discover how you can better protect your property. Myth number one, I live in a rented property, so I don't have to purchase fire insurance because my landlord's policy will cover everything. In most cases, your landlord's fire insurance covers building damage, not your personal belongings. With Tokyo Marine Secure Home, you can purchase a separate policy specifically for your contents. This ensures protection for valuable items like jewelry, personal belongings, and home appliances. Myth number two, it is very troublesome to buy a fire insurance. Purchasing fire insurance is not complicated at all. For building sum insured less than 3 million ringgit, you can conveniently purchase your insurance online directly from tokyonow.com. For sum insured amounts exceeding 3 million ringgit, please contact any authorized Tokyo Marine agents for personalized assistance or visit tokyomarine.com. Their dedicated team is ready to help you find the right insurance solution tailored to your needs. And there you have it, two more common myths about fire insurance debunked. To find out more about Tokyo Marine Secure Home, visit tokyomarine.com today. Once again, thank you very much to Tokyo Marine for sponsoring this video, and let's go check out the property. What's up guys, this is Shonan. Today we're going to check out Sentral Suites in Brickfields. Well, it's also KL Central. Let's go. Hey guys, so now we are right at the junction, at the turning point, right in front of Sentral Suites. And it's very peculiar, right? Because this is a junction that is in between times, because Brickfields used to be one of the earliest settlements within KL itself, and now it's the very famous Little India that has captivated a lot of tourists to actually come here and visit. Then on one side you will have the ultra modern corporate towers surrounding the main transportation hub called KL Central, and around there you will have all these international hotels, international offices, MNCs and etc. And that seems to be the unique point about this project. And this is Sentral Suites. Hey, what's up? Yahoo! Hey, hati, wait. Well, that was fun. But anyway, this is a 4.7 acres piece of land located here in between different areas, and it's a mixed development that consists of 1434 service apartments as well as some retail units at the back. So now we can see this is the front, but this will be the main entrance going into the project coming in from the main road, and this is a one-way street format. So this will be the elevated car parks at the front. At the back then will be the retails facing the MNCs, so that makes more sense. So the retailers get to serve them better. But anyway, surrounding this side you will have a school, some affordable housing, then some religious buildings around, and it's very nice to see that it's a mixture of them. Then part of the package for the development as well, they did a lot of improvement for the existing infrastructure. So you have walkways with tactiles. This will be the landscape treatments before you go into the project, and this will be the same entrance as well going into Sentral Suites as well as the shopping street. Yeah, so let's go. Hey guys, so now we are in the visitors car park, and it's very bright because there's a lot of lights around. Cement screening flooring, you will have some epoxy paint for the pedestrian and the parcel. Then you have the flat slab systems, and there are some EV charging stations here. In total there's like 3 only at the side here. Then within a car park as well, you will have this emergency button in case where you feel not safe or whatsoever, right? And this will be the experience going into the lift lobby. Again, this kind of typologies, right, it's kind of dangerous where once you come in and out, immediately you will reach the road. But at least I like that this is transparent, so it's still borderline safe, and this will be for safety just in case car crash into it. But something very interesting to take note for the typologies or town planning around Brickfields, this is a very old settlement within KL itself. Therefore, it used to be a residential, low density kind of typology. But after the KL Central was erected, right, it became this CBD area, the main transportation hub. Therefore, you can see a lot of MNC offices, and sooner or later that became the main typology that kind of took over the existing setting. So right now it's very interesting where you have a cultural street of Brickfields. You have the cultural street that is called Little India within this same street. Then in this same street you will have also old houses like this. Then you will have superb MNC office towers. Then you have the main transportation hub, all within one same street. So we are now in a floor plate, and per floor there are 16 units. Serviced by 6 lifts. Here there will be 5 passenger lift, 1 service lift here. And the corridors are set in the way where the cars are in the center. So this is a single loaded corridor where it serves only unit on one side, so that's kind of cool. Then the entire experience of coming into the unit via the lobby, it's kind of cool. It's very deep. Just that you will have all materials being delivered via the same route as well. There's no back alley or there's no secondary entrance via the service lane, nor a loading bay as well, because I think they need to use all those space for the commercial side of things. That's why during this very fancy entrance there will be people delivering stuff via the same lift lobby unfortunately, but the treatments are very luxurious. So this is a lift lobby for the floor plate. It's around 2.8 for the height and 2.8 for the width, and you can see it's all tiled up, very well done. And it's divided into 2 different corridors, and these corridors will service all units on one side. Then from the lift lobby going into the corridor, there's a slight drop, but they use the small gentle ramp instead. I like it. And the width for the corridor is 1.68 meters. And via this lane right now, you can really feel the congestion of the roads surrounding the building. So you will have a lot of traffic noise, and you can hear that via, like we are now in a very high floor and it's still very obvious. Anyway, there will be voids in between 2 different towers, so that gives enough ventilations, right? And they have a spray paint for the wall, so this is really nice. Yeah, so nice, the texture. At the end, then you will have steel handrails, and I like that it's a single loaded corridor. So when you open, right, you won't have another unit immediately. You will have one opposite. So in terms of privacy, it's very nice. And you have a lot of foliage like this, decorations like this. Pretty cool. So this is the entire concept of the Sentral Suites logo and stuff like that. And after paying some attention to details, right, this is actually windows into the unit itself, just that it was camouflaged as a drawing or a art piece. That's very smart. And you will have all lightings around the corridors. Along one side of the unit, then this will be the refuse room, and let's go check it out. So there's a ramp here, water point, ventilation panel. Here you have the rubbish bins to be maintained by cleaners. Anyway, this will be the unit that we're going to check out today. And for the foyer, right, you already have this pebble wash treatment. I love it. So in terms of texture, you have the pebble wash, you will have the spray paint. Nice. Okay, let's go check it out. So this will be the unit that I'm going to check out today. This is Type B, and it's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom unit, 826 square feet. And when you come in via the foyer, then you will have the storage space and the yard space at the boundary. Then you have the dining attached to your kitchen space, and then the living. Then you will have the balcony to the first bedroom in the center. Next to that, then you will have the principal bedroom with its small ensuite. Then you will have a small nook here before the common bathroom. Pretty unique. We haven't seen this setting before because usually it would be a longer one. But in this setting, then you will have a longer facade line compared to this being arranged in a vertical format. Cool. So coming into the unit, this is a 1.07 meters clearance door. So it eases the entire moving experience. And coming straight in, then on one side you will have the open areas. On one side you will have all the private areas, but not so private also, because you will have this supposedly study area before the common bathroom there. But once you come in, right, you will face this wall, and the distance from wall to wall here is 1.93 meters, and the ceiling height here is 2.6 meters. because it comes with the plaster ceiling. That's why it feels kind of overwhelming, and these are the treatments that I don't understand. Right? This is a storage space, right? Why would you want to put it in such a treatment? Like, I know this is like the professional setting, hotel treatments. This one then will be the yard space, and this will be the panels at the corridors as we mentioned just now. The artwork camouflage, so it's supposed to be a ventilation panel for the yard space here. The debate then, would you prefer this kind of setting where you have an open setting, then you are covered with such a door treatments, or you want the entire washer to be integrated within the kitchen panel? I don't know. Because the entire dining area looks really weird by having these two doors at the wall. Anyway, this comes with the developer's package altogether. You will have this top and bottom cabinet, and this is the hood and hob by Electrolux, a 2-burner version. The backsplash, then you will have sockets in front with the basin here. Okay, so this is by Frank, and you will have all the drawers, and this unit is also furnished by the makeover guys. So if you look into the property portals, this size unit is around 840,000 selling price, and the ongoing rent for this unit per month is around 4,000, a fully furnished one. So if you think about the returns, it's actually not bad even if you buy today. And the furnishing cost for this unit, as you can see, right, well, excluding the TV and the washer and the fridge, it's around 28,000 altogether. But it's a freehold property, so a lot of people kind of perasan towards it. That's why they don't like this project. After the kitchen, right, so there will be this drop, and this height then for the living space is 3.2 meters. So it's really nice for the living area. And the wall-to-wall width then is 3.6 meters. So it's a very comfortable space here. There's no balcony at the living room, so you have this window panel facing another tower. Okay, so you get to see the school here, and we were standing right outside just now. And here you can also have glimpse of TRX towers already. Then on this side, then you will be Menara Shell. And just imagine if they work here and you stay here, right? So convenient. And this will be the distance between towers. But if you look into the window treatments, you can't really see anything lah. So in terms of privacy, it's still fine. And the main target audience for this project itself will be expats who works around the MNCs around here, right? So besides that, they also have the convenience of KL Sentral, so they can actually travel all around the place using LRT, MRT, KTM, monorail, you name it lah, all is around there. Besides that, you also have the Airbnb crowds, the short-term stay crowd here, because this is also a commercial title building. That's why I think it's still borderline allowed. You have a lot of Indian tourists here because Little India is just around the corner, and they also like the distance to the transportation hub. But personally, I'm just very amazed with the topography and the evolution of time, because last time used to be this neighborhood settlement, then suddenly transportation hub come, then at the same time now you will have temples, you will have schools, you will have MNC offices, you will have mixed developments, you will have main transportation hub, at the same time have religious buildings all around. So it's very, very fascinating from an architectural standpoint. Yeah. From the living room, then this will be the experience going into the principal bedroom. So this is the principal bedroom, and this will be the study corner. It's very stuffy though, right? So this will be the access into the common areas. Without this width, right, this is somewhat like a corridor built just for people to access this bathroom. Next to that, let's check the principal bedroom. First, going in, this will be the bed area. So coming in, the width of the principal bedroom is around 3.5 meters by 3.4 meters. And you can perfectly put in a king-size bed here, bedside tables, then your wardrobe space on this wall. It comes with all the plaster ceilings, so it's supposed to be high-end, right? You can see the depth of it. Anyway, it comes with, I think this is laminated timber floorings. Then you will have a rather sizable window panels, and you have few more panels that can open. like this one, and the air tightness. You can hear the sound. Okay, close. Solid. Moving on then, I like the height of the switches. Very friendly to everyone. And this will be the principal bathroom. Nice. I like the color of the tiles. The full height wall tiles, right? Then you have the basin here along with the WC. Then you have the shower screen here. Rain shower. Ooh, this is nice. I think the color combination, I like it. And this is a rather sizable toilet altogether. And there is a mechanical ventilation system because there is no access to the facade line at all. And you can see this tiles here is all textured. Last but not least, then this will be the center bedroom. It's a rather sizable one as well. The width is around 3.3 by 2.8. So after you put in a queen size bed, you still have a lot of circulation space, even including a wardrobe space here, so you can still put in a study table if you want to. Along with the laminated timber floor, the timber skirtings, and this is a balcony space. That's why they didn't put it to the principal bedroom, instead putting it here. But partly it's because to house the compressors here. So this is around 3 feet, 860 mm to be exact, and there will be a steel and glass railing looking towards the facilities deck already. So the facilities deck actually extends over out like that. And here you also get the 118 tower view. Kind of cool. But within this setting then, it's pretty obvious that we are within the urban setting surrounded by all roads. So traffic noise, congestion, all will be within our reach lah. But the distance to the office is seriously something else. It's really very, very close. For example, yeah, so that's the ambulance, and you can feel the sound actually just echoes around. And we are in a rather high floor already. Also, just to experiment the windows, noise cancellation. Wow! For this layout type, right, this entire internal space is going to be highly dependent on artificial lighting. It's going to be very dark if we off everything because there's no access to ventilation or daylight at all. So the only one that it looks cool is this space right here. Yeah, so this is a demonstration of having a small unit, right, but you still have such an abundance of corridor space. That's why 800 over square feet you still feel very small, while you can have 3 bedrooms packed in a 750 square feet unit. So it really depends on the layout type as well. But I guess that's all for the unit. Let's go check out the facilities deck. So we are now in the facilities deck, and we can see the treatments of the edges. So you have the landscape hedges here to prevent people from going near. You also have a rather high parapet wall. But what I'm trying to show you guys is that would be Little India Street already. Right, so you can already hear all the music. Fabulous. Anyway, that will be the Federal Highway already, going in straight away to KL City Centre, and then that will be Gardens and Mid Valley area. So this is really like the city hub, punya hub. That's why KL Central, right? Really central. That's why here you can really hear all the music already. Then at the same time you will have corporate towers and corporate towers. Then you have all the old residential buildings, schools, temples, shop offices, and there's still more land to be developed. So now we are right at the swimming pool area, and there's no clear lap pool area, so this will be like a fountain setting, right? And you can see all these foliage, all this decoration. Looks kind of cool. Along with the landscape treatment, it's very matured, so you can really see that it provides certain sense of privacy when you have people around. Here you will have the, I guess it's a water play area for kids. Then this will be the more quiet setting, and we are right next to the corporate towers already, so when you are just chilling around here, they get to see you for free. And I can see attempts of this trying to be an infinity edge, but then you will have the very high parapet wall. Then I don't think it makes sense. Okay, but I like the decoration that's very dynamic within the tile laying, and you have this little walkway here. not entirely friendly for kids, but I don't think this is for families. Then this is also one fixture that is very decorative. So the entire theme of the buildings around these zigzaggy lines, right, it's pretty consistent and I like it. So not only in the actual window coverage, right, you also have it within the bench itself. So you can see here, pretty nice. So when just now the shadow was cast, you also have them in shadow lines. You have them within the pool itself. So that's pretty cool. And just when I thought it was not really for family, you have a very extensive sunken deck for kids. So you kind of go downwards into this sunken deck. There will be sitting areas for the parents while supervising their kids. And I really like how they play with the level. Instead of going upwards, right, they go downwards instead. So this is like a very nice enclosed space for the kids. And this is their treatments again with the shadows being cast. Then you can see the zigzaggy lines around. This space then is just an open compound, I guess, in order to cater for the inclusivity element. So there will be a ramp to go up to the normal level. Next to the children play area, then you can see a swing here and it's surrounded by partitions of landscape. That's very nice. That will be a full-size basketball court at the corner, and we are now in the gym. So this will be the weights area. You can see a lot of kettlebell, punching bag. This will be the cardio area where it's actually facing the garden. In terms of equipment, then it's pretty extensive. You will have 5 treadmills here, 2 bicycle, 1 bicycle, 1 rower. Then you will have the complex machines, and it's all done by Precore. Next to that, you will have the weights area, and this will be the strength and conditioning area. So you have the barbells here, you will have the cable machines here, and I like the ID treatment. It's very dynamic, so it's kind of fun to look at as well, and it's even reflected within the ceiling treatment. So wow, nice. Right next to the gym, this will be a full-fledged dance studio. Even you have the handrails and all. This is serious, man. You have the full mirror at the end of the wall. Wow, look at the ceiling treatments as well. This is gonna be one of the best dancing studios we've seen so far. So complete. And in terms of ID treatments for the facilities is also something else. The details is very, very nice, and we are now in the lap pool. Just when you thought the site is very limited and constrained, not really. You will have such an extensive swimming pool. I think this is an Olympic length, 100 meters, I think. And at the side, you will have a timber deck along with some furniture for you to hang out, in water furniture as well. And this will be like a platform before going in, again with the very consistent lines of design. Wow, and this is overlooking to PMB 118 TRX at the end. What a view, what a view. And that will be KL Sentral already. That is so close. And something to highlight will be the density of landscape and how they position it from one space to another and one space to another, right? They really partition up the spaces using landscape really nicely, and it can only perform its function when the density is sufficient. So you can see the distance between the gym to the sitting area to the swimming pool. It's very comfortable. At the edge of the swimming pool, then you will have this jacuzzi area, and this is nice. You can, it's laid out very nicely across rows. You can perfectly house like a lot of people. And next to the pool, then you will have this sunken level again into this lawn area, and this will connect us to the barbecue areas. So this is going to be the open area to house your friends and visitors, and I think it's very thoughtful as they play with the level really tastefully. Then you will have the cascading water effect, kind of bringing the water sound to kind of mask the traffic sound as well. And then you will have this structure here to give some dynamism to a very boring space, but the background is also very, very exciting. You have the skyline of KL, the brand new PMB Tower, KL Tower, TRX Tower. Then on one side, you also have all the cultural buildings around. What an experience. Next to the barbecue area, then this will be the visitor sittings area. So you can have, I think this is going to be the communal dining area. So you can have people preparing food, so you'll host a birthday party for your kid or whatsoever. But even the furniture choices is very thoughtful. Whew. You get all the angular lines, and it's also reflected within the wall and columns. Then as we walk through the spaces, especially the enclosed ones, right, they are really furnished fabulously. Like the pool table room, right? Usually it's just a table, but this one, even the side panels, the balls, the queues, everything is all furnished up. The library is very well done. Next to the communal dining area, then you will have a somewhat like a co-working space where people can just hang out. And now we are next to the basketball court, and the entire experience around the facility, that it's beyond my expectation. Thinking that it will be constrained by the area. Apparently it's not. And from an architectural point of view, I really appreciate all these zigzaggy lines to stick to the theme. It's really something else. At the edge as well, you will have all the outdoor stretching machines for people who kind of like to work out at the outdoor. And this reflexology pathway is also something else. So you have different intensity of it. Some you will have very fine ones. You have some beginners one, and some more rounded, so it's more comfortable for beginners. And again, look at the extensiveness of the landscape surrounding all the swings. Amazing stuff. So besides the front door, this is also the secondary entrance and exit, and this will be all the commercial unit. I guess it's for sale as well. So you will have pavers at the side, and it's pretty close to the main road lah. We are now at the back of the building, and this will be the commercial lot, the main part of the commercial activities, and this is facing the office complexes, which makes more sense. And look at the degree of common space. So from the main road, there's actually a lot of buffer before going in. And there's also a new bridge that's under construction right now that ensures visitors, right, they can actually walk in directly into the commercial space above, but haven't opened yet lah. And I like the very consistent treatments, again with the language of theme. Very cool. And just imagine if you were to stay here and you need something to drink here, you can just grab it here. You can just walk across to your office here. And when your family come and visit, they can just stay here. And you can actually go receive them to KL Sentral, which is where we're going to go right now. Okay? We are now walking from New Central Mall, heading over to KL Sentral, where you have all the transportation hubs already. And you can see there's just a lot of people, but the demographics here, then you will have youngsters who are the working crowds. You also have tourists or people who are just here for transition. Wow. Well, this is where you will have the stops and access to all forms of transportation, including bus, KTM, KLIA Express, the LRT as well, the monorail as well. So it's all here. And the exciting thing is there will be plans of upgrading it still. Exciting! Wow! Oh, a lot of people, really a lot of people. After New Central, at the other stretch, then this will be Little India already. And this junction here actually connects you over to Bangsar, and it's very, very convenient. One side Federal Highway goes to KL City, goes to Gardens. This one goes to Bangsar. Crazy and convenient, right? And I guess that's all for this property. It's now time for Sean's Take 3 on 3. The first thing that I like, of course, will be this strategic location, and it's strategic in several forms. Number one, in terms of car, it's actually located a junction away from Bangsar, a junction away from KL, and a junction away from KL Central, and that will be the main transportation hub for you to go anywhere. You are just linked to all the public transport system, which is the LRT, KTM, bus, MRT, monorail, and etc. Also, it's located within the proximity of a very unique setting. It's surrounded by MNC offices that you can see. You have Menara Shell, you have all the office towers here, all MNCs, banks, and etc. All international banks, and all those equates to high job opportunity. Then you also are adjacent to the cultural side of things, and that brings in tourists. Which brings us to point number 2. In terms of investment, this is perfect, as those elements within the site kind of forms the profile of potential tenants. And if you look into the unit just now, a studio unit here can fetch up to 3,500 in terms of rent. So for the 2-bedroom and the bigger units, right, it's actually going up for 4,000 plus to 4,800, 5,000. If you calculate back, even on current selling price, it's still sensible. But for those who bought 4 years ago, right, congratulations. And did you all know this was episode 2002 that I've made within this property review series, and we are back here after so long. Amazing, right? And the last thing that I like will be the design treatments from the public roads. So you can see here the public walkway that they improve on along with the tactile. The landscape treatment is something else, I tell you. Although the entire facility deck is not that great in terms of area, right? But they really used up the landscape really well as a partition. And well, they built the walkway as well. They also respect the existing context of things. For example, there was a very mature tree. They actually bent the walkway to kind of suit the profile of the tree a little bit. That's cool. Then from the program, I like that there's the commercial area located at the back facing the offices. Then the front will be the main drop-off. And the drop-off is a very luxurious one. You will have such a common area to really let people feel welcome. And the lift lobby treatments, the corridor treatments, all are very well done. And my favorite of all would be the facilities deck. Because after I visit the unit, right, the facility deck really outdid my expectation altogether. Like every single room with its function, right, they are just decorated extensively. For example, the billiard room. People just put a billiard table, gao dim, right, that's about it. But they actually put in all the fixtures, all the accessories and etc. The library, the reading corner, the lounge, the gym and etc. And it all carries the theming of the original logo of the zigzaggy lines, right? It's carried through from external to common areas to public areas to the unit to the fixtures to the water features, even the shadow by the little pavilion structure. Ooh, it's very, very consistent. They really pay a lot of attention in design. I love it. Then for the 3 things I don't like will be this exposure at ground floor due to its opening and exposed facade to the 3 sides. So it's actually surrounded by this road and you can feel very intense traffic all the time, especially when you have a school right next to you, right? It's never-ending traffic, never-ending exposure, and it's a one-way street. So the entrance also is kind of sudden. When you come to the building, suddenly, you need to turn already. If you miss that, you need to turn back and make a big round. In comparison to other buildings where you have like 1 opening outside, this one you have 3 openings. But that also means good for commercial perspective, as it's actually easily accessible. That's why you will have commercial lot at the profile as well. But just that now they are empty. So I'm not too sure of what's the strategy for that. Then the second thing I don't like will be the internal layout. Although you are given like 800 over square feet, right, but the unit feels very cramped up with a corridor space that is underutilized. So with this layout type, right, I think they could do better. Plus the ceiling when I enter the unit is 2.6 meters, not very grand. Now once you come in, you are facing a wall immediately, so that it just sets up your partition of the space itself. You really feel enclosed. And you have a dedicated corridor just to access the shared bathroom. That's very weird, very, very weird. And last of all will be the stigma of this particular location that revolves around race and target audience lah. Because this is a favorite location, because Little India is here, and there will be a lot of Indian friends that will be staying around here. Come on now, right? We're now in 2023 already, there's still a stigma, there's still a racial preference when it comes to tenant. As long as they pay, then can already, right? Because you can actually do this as a long-term stay or a short-term stay, because this location is really that strategic. If you are investing in such a location but yet have a preference in terms of race, then And I guess that's all for this round. We just walked surrounding the building for 1 round, right? Anyway, do I really like this project? I like it, and thinking back when I was here 4 years ago, I could have invested, but back then no money, so no point. But the overall design strategy, I'm a fan, especially the landscape treatments. When the site is so narrow and tight, located within such a busy area, right, they still get to put in a lot of buffers within the entrance, within the facility deck and etc. What a great move. And I guess that's all for today. And if you really like this episode, like it, share, and even subscribe for more information like this. Until next time, this is Sean Tan. Ciao.